Good evening, everybody. This is Jeff J. Brown, China Rise Radio Sinoland. Shenzhen getting hotter, getting a little more humid, just south of the Tropic of Cancer. And normally I wouldn't put an article out for another couple of days, but I just had an epiphany. I just thought about what happened in Syria today, you know, the bombing, the missiles and all that. And I went, gosh, that happened a year ago. I wrote an article about that. So I went back and read what I did. There's a podcast and everything. And it's the exact same thing. They did the exact same thing exactly a week, in the same week a year ago. So anyway, you've got to go back and listen to my podcast. Or read it. It's really short. The same thing happened a year ago in Syria. You can't make this stuff up. Picture, of course, there's a picture and the link to my thing. So do what you need to do. Go to the original SoundCloud, go to the original YouTube, or go to chinarising.puntopress.com. Click on blog and you'll find it, so you can get everything. Pictured above, 6th century BC's Sun Tzu was credited with writing his Art of War. The Chinese have no history of using false flags in conducting governance and war. Western elites cannot stay in power without them. This says volumes about differences in philosophy of the expansionist, evangelical, acquisitive, genocidal West, and China's risk aversion in the realms of taking care of the citizens and geopolitics. Now the podcast, or the body of it. My, oh my, how short are our memories. Exactly a year ago to the week, a U.S.-sponsored B-movie chemical attack was propagandized in Western media, blamed on Syria and its president, Bashar Assad. Over dinner with his guests at Mar-A-Lago, Chinese President and Mrs. Xi Jinping, newly elected President Donald Trump triumphantly announced that the U.S. bombing of an air base in Syria was commencing. While they were being served dessert, you can't make this stuff up. It was all to make Trump look imperial and all-powerful. The U.S. told the Russians and Syrians well in advance so that the airfield could be emptied. America's supposedly ass-kicking cruise missiles dug a few holes in a deserted hangar or two. Western propaganda crowed that the morally superior great white race did what it does best: exterminate, maim, and destroy those whom they decide need Uranglo-land's protection. Doublespeak for resource extraction, human exploitation, and slavery. Reading, podcasting what I reported a year ago is eerie, surreal deja vu. Rewind and play again. Flash forward 365 days and voila, Act 2, Scene 1. Another really badly produced D-grade movie chemical attack in Syria has been blasted out to the world by the Western propaganda foghorn machine, accusing Assad and Syria of gassing their own people. This time, junior deputies Poodle France and Bulldog Britain joined in with the world's biggest serial terrorist, Uncle Sam, to lob missiles at air bases in Syria to show the world that, well, you get the picture. I wouldn't be surprised if the damage was minimal. But in the West's eyes, the global propaganda big lie keeps working. We're badass and run your show. So here's to victory for empire. Western citizens, stand tall, stand proud. I'll be checking back with you in April 2019. Right on schedule, if not sooner. This is Jeff J. Brown, China Rising Radio Sinoland, signing out from beautiful, amazing Shenzhen, China, live from the streets of China. Good night.